Hi, I'm Jenny Pace, and you're listening to the Better Business Podcast. This is the place for makers, solopreneurs, and product-based business owners to get tips, advice, and inspiration on running their business that's profitable, it's fun, and that's kind of what you want to be doing with your life. I can't wait to share my tips and ideas, to share book reviews, and to help you run a better business for life. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Better Business Podcast. I'm super excited about today's episode because it is something I've been thinking about a lot myself. We're going to be talking about why and how to celebrate your business birthday within the calendar year whenever it falls. And the reason I've been thinking about it is because it's my business birthday towards the end of June. The 24th of June technically is the date that back in 2014, I pressed go on my website and I started working with my very first clients. And so this year, 2021, I am celebrating my 7th year in business. I have been doing this for 7 whole years with a little bit of time off for maternity leave, but still. And so I've been thinking about it. I've got a special episode of the podcast coming up next week that I'm excited about to kind of celebrate everything that I have been doing and have learned in my business. I also think it's a great way for makers and solopreneurs and creative businesses to add to their marketing calendar and to share with their audience and to generate interest and tell your story. Celebrating your business birthday is not only a great milestone for you, but it can also be a great part of your marketing content and strategy as well. So, however long you've been in business, whether you're going to be celebrating your first business birthday or your 15th, I hope this episode gives you some good ideas and ways forward and things you can think about for bringing that birthday to your customers, allowing yourself to connect with your customers and celebrate all of the wonderful work that you've been doing. So let's start off with why it can be helpful and useful and inspiring to celebrate your business birthday. One of the big reasons that it gives you something to talk about, especially if your business birthday, like mine, is in the summer, when it can be, there's no gifting occasion or you can find it tricky to find things to say. It's a great way to fill out the calendar. It's a great reason to talk to your audience, and it's a great way to connect with your customers. I guess the same applies to your actual birthday. You could totally use your actual birthday in the same way as your business birthday. But yeah, it's a great thing to just kind of hook into and use as an excuse to create some really good content. It's a great way to thank your customers and your audience for their support. I do think a lot of the time it's really lovely to give back to your audience and make them feel like they're part of the journey. And certainly a business birthday is a great to do that. I also think that having celebrating a business birthday can generate this idea of gravitas and can help your customers to see you as a long-standing business. And I think that applies even if you're celebrating your first business birthday. If you've been in business coming up to a year and you celebrate your first birthday, you start to get people thinking about you as more than just this teeny tiny startup, maybe it's not going to work business. And actually, you've been around for a year, you're here to stay. And I think that happens at any point as well later on. Obviously, if you're celebrating your 10th birthday as a business, wow, what an amazing thing to show your customers. What an amazing way to demonstrate how many products you've made, how many customers that you have helped and supported, how well you're doing and how well your business is going. People love your stuff, and that adds a sense of confidence to your customers. So having these messages around how long you've been in business and how many things you've made and all that kind of stuff really helps to add a sense of, you know what you're doing, great. As well as celebrating with your customers, you can also use it as an opportunity to just really strengthen the foundation of what people know about you. And I guess that's a big plus as well. Why celebrate your business birthday? It's a great reason to talk about why you're in business, what you make, the story behind the business, the story behind the products, the way things have evolved, the reasons you're in business, all of the things, all of the values that you connect with and are inspired by. It's a great reason to talk about those things so that your customers can be like, oh yeah, me too. I care about that too. So I think those are kind of the big ones, the big reasons to celebrate a business birthday. And I do think it's worth doing every year. I'm going to talk about a few different ways that you could celebrate your business birthday, and you might choose something different depending on which year you're in. If it's your 10th business birthday, for example, you might do something a bit more special than if it's your 3rd or your 7th or whatever it is. I certainly have been thinking about that myself this year. I'd love to do something bigger, but I'm the mother of a nearly 2-year-old, and some of my resources, especially my time, are a little bit limited. So maybe I'm going to save up some of my bigger ideas until the 10th business birthday so that I can make a bigger song and dance then. And actually the 7th business birthday is going to be a little bit more streamlined, but still extra special. So let's talk about how to celebrate your business birthday. Like anything, I believe it is important to give it some space in the calendar. It's a good time to spend a week or 2 talking about your business birthday rather than it just being something on the day. I think just having a little bit more space than a single day is going to be helpful. Of course, if it's your business birthday next week and you haven't planned ahead, just do something on the day. But if you can make it over a weekend or just extend it out a little bit, it will give your customers more time to connect with the messages that you're sharing for your birthday. So just like if you were doing a flash sale, give it a little bit of space, or if you were doing a product launch, give it a couple of weeks to get people engaged and involved in it. I think the same is true for your business birthday. So you'll notice that this podcast is going out as a precursor to my own business birthday. It's not the main event, but it tells you guys that it's coming up and that I'm going to be celebrating it. You don't have to do the same thing. Obviously, your business is different, your audience is different, but giving a little bit of a warm up, letting people know that it's coming and you're planning something special before you go into it is a really lovely way to bring them on the journey and connect with the message. And then it's time to think about the kind of foundation stone of your business birthday celebrations. Is it going to be an offer for your customers? Maybe you could do a birthday sale, or you could do not just a kind of percentage off sale, but you could do a birthday gift with orders placed over your birthday weekend, for example. You could offer a competition, a birthday competition, to win one of your kind of heritage best-selling products, or maybe a bundle of bestsellers or something really exciting. A great way to celebrate and again give something back, but also potentially attract some new customers. You could run your competition via your newsletter list, which would help to grow your newsletter list, or you could just do it on social media. If you have a big business birthday, a 10 or a 50 or a 20, you could do an event, have some people around for tea and cake, and use that as a way to celebrate the people that are important to you, to your business, to say thank you to some VIP customers, to showcase your work, showcase the history of your business, and just have a birthday party like that. It's a great way to celebrate the milestone, right? And having photos of it and sharing it with your audience is going to be a good way to do that. So let's say you have all that in place, you have an offer or a competition or an event. You can then build your marketing around that. You can share lead-ins, tease people, let them know something exciting is coming. You can announce what it's going to be, and then you can say like doors are open, you can now enter the competition, or like here's the day, the event, I'm going to be sharing it on my Instagram stories or whatever it is. And you can plan that out. You can plan that content out. What are the stories you want to tell about your business? Make it a week or 2 of sharing those stories. Create posts about where you started. If you've got any photos of you at the beginning of your business, or the kitchen table where you started, you can do it like then and now, sharing you looking back, telling your story. Why did you start your own business? What was it like that first year? What are the things that you want to celebrate about your business journey? What have been the highs? Maybe allude to some of the lows and how you've overcome them. And I think especially now, especially in 2021, having a bit of a like, this is how it's been in the past year. This is how it has changed. This is how I have pivoted. And I'm so grateful for everyone who has supported me in doing that. It's a great place to tell those stories and to give people insight into why you're in business. You don't have to do it in one post. You can do it in a series. It's a lovely way to create a week of content just based on you telling your story and why you're here. You can share your bestsellers, what was the first product? What's been the biggest selling product? The product that people that have had the most joy out of, the things that you have learnt, the things that you're still learning, maybe even a little bit about how you see the business developing and your dreams for the business. You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to share that, but it's a nice way to establish that you're here to stay and, share your best bits. What do you enjoy most about your business? What do you enjoy seeing from customers? You could even ask for customer input if they have one of your original products. Invite them to send you a photo of it. If they have a story of the jewelry that they bought from you, invite them to share it so that you're building this lovely library of people's experience. And you can do that all around and offer a competition, an event to celebrate your business birthday. And I think that's what makes it this really lovely, mutually beneficial marketing strategy, is that your customers can celebrate you and your work. They can get something, they can get an offer or a discount or a competition, or enjoy seeing some behind the scenes of a birthday party whilst learning more about you. And you get the benefit of not only celebrating for your own sake, but also thanking them for their support. I think that's the key thing too. So we've talked a little bit about why it's a good idea to celebrate your business birthday. We've talked a little bit about the ideas, different ways you could, the how to celebrate your business birthday. I think it's also important to, behind the scenes, use your business birthday as an opportunity to reflect on where you are. Just like at the beginning of the year, we often reflect on the year just gone and we make plans for the year. Wherever your business birthday falls is also a good opportunity to do that. How far have you come? What are the things that have worked well? What are the things that you'd like to change? And how you fall in love with your business more. In last week's episode, we talked about what to do if you're not in love with your business right now. And that's always a valid question, but it's also something that we can prevent getting to that place where we're completely out of energy and out of passion for our business. And instead we can do some preventative things, especially at these milestone moments at the beginning of the calendar year, or at your business birthday, or at the end of the tax year. That's not as joy-filled, but you could still do it then. And regrouping, taking a moment, stepping back, zooming out and going, oh my goodness, look how much I've learned. Look at how much I have created, how many customers I have served, how many items I've made, how many smiles I've inspired. Wow. Just taking a moment to look back and go, wow, this is no small thing. This is significant. And then, okay, what's next? What are my priorities right now? How can I do more of what I love and less of what holds me back? How can I make sure that I'm still going to be here next year, in 5 years, in 10 years' time? What's the vision for this next phase? We ask ourselves this all the time in the Better Business Collective, my coaching calls with clients and my small group coaching, the masterminds. These questions are significant. They are helpful to keep us on track and aligned with our vision, the things that give us purpose, and with our joy. So as well as allowing this to be an opportunity to thank your customers, to demonstrate your longevity as a business, an excuse for a birthday party, a great marketing tactic to get sales, to thank your customers, to raise your profile, it's also an opportunity to celebrate your hard work and make sure your future hard work is headed in the right direction and has your own definition of success at the center. It's a good opportunity to say, hey, I got to 3 years and I decided I wasn't going to do this bit anymore because it wasn't working for me. So that when you get to 5 years, you can say, wow, I made that change and it really has made such a difference. I love these questions. I'm a business coach. These deeper questions, these ideas, these concepts are my favorite. And I love hearing the responses and seeing what happens when we start to answer these questions honestly for ourselves. So I hope that they give you a little bit of something to think about. If you are celebrating your business birthday over the summer, like I am, I'd love to hear if you've done anything exciting for your business birthday in the past. I would also love to know what has worked for you and what you've enjoyed doing whether you do this on a regular basis already. I'd love that so much. I hope you'll stick around for next week's podcast, where I'll be celebrating my own journey in business and looking back and talking to some of the clients who have been part of my journey, who I've had the honor of supporting. It's going to be really fun to look back and have a think about everything that has happened in my life in the last 7 years. So please do join me for that, and bring a cup of tea in my honor to celebrate that time. You can find more on the podcast at djennypace.com/podcast. And if you have enjoyed this episode, I would, of course, love to hear from you. You can hang out with me on Instagram at djennypace. Be back next week for a little mini podcast birthday party. Okay, everybody, take care. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Better Business Podcast. I would love it if you could subscribe so that you don't miss any of the new episodes coming out. And of course, share with any creative business owners. I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye.